Hey folks, Andy here, hope you're fitting well. Right, a little while ago I saw a picture on Instagram that a friend of mine put up, and it was the famous Here's My Fingertips picture with all the grooves carved in the ends of them. And I was thinking, this friend is a relatively new guitar player, they're early in the guitar playing journey. I don't think I've ever seen or heard this person bend a string, not a lot of vibrato going on there. So you start wondering, what are you doing that's actually making those grooves and holes in the ends of your fingers? They play a nicely set up guitar using 9 to 42 gauge strings, so nothing particularly outrageous there. And the answer is, of course, that they're pressing too hard. Okay, I feel as though a lot of us start on the path to pressing too hard in the very early days when we're learning basic chords. You get something nice like an E major, that's easy to play, but if you get the traditional old sort of method book A major chord where you've got your fingers in a line across a fret like that, what you find is that this note here, that finger's a long way away from the fret, so you have to press harder to get it to ring out. So we then start playing and we have all of this tension in our hands and we end up with holes in the fingertips as discussed, right? To learn or relearn something on a musical instrument, two parts to it. One is learn, second is practice. To learn how to play lightly, I would suggest take your guitar, pick any string at any fret and play a note and play the note so that it rings out, and then ease off on it until the point where it starts to sitar or clunk. Press in a little bit more, ease off on it. Do this on different strings at different frets, different places on the neck and so on. At different positions within the fret, close up to the fret, further away from the fret where you'll find that you need more pressure to get it to ring out. And you'll start to catalogue in your mind what it feels like to actually get a note to ring. Depending on what the frets are like on your guitar, you will probably find that you can get clean notes to ring out in most places where you're feeling the string touching the fret, but with no sense of touching the fingerboard underneath it. And you may even find that if you get your note to ring out with a light touch, if you press it into the fingerboard, that you get that slight sharpening of pitch where you're stretching the string. If you think about it, this is pretty much what you have to do if you play a guitar with a scallop neck. So once you've started to catalogue in your mind what it feels like in different places on the neck, different strings, to get a note to ring, then you just need to practice it. And a couple of minutes or so at the beginning of each practice session, and just play anything. It can be chromatics, it could be pentatonics, it could be 3 notes per string scale. It could just be nonsense shapes, just anything that gets you used to having the light fretting hand touch. Now this won't kick in and have an effect after 1 or 2 sessions, but after a couple of weeks you will find that your fingers understand what they don't need to do and what they do need to do to get a note to ring. The benefits of doing this: you'll save wear and tear on your fingertips, save wear and tear on the muscles in your hand perhaps. You'll also, and this is a benefit that's well worth considering, the less hard you're pressing, the less you're digging the strings into the frets. You'll reduce the divoting of your frets. When you're bending strings, you will reduce the amount of grind on the strings. You'll reduce the wear and tear on your strings themselves. Now, it is just sort of worth mentioning that when you're bending strings, it's very tempting to end up pressing the string into the fingerboard and then grinding it across the fret. If you have a super low action, that's around about the only thing that you can do. But if you've got a slightly higher action, you can actually get the pad of your finger there under the string and actually push it across the neck, which gives a far purer feel. It can still be a bit hard on the fingers until they get used to it, but it puts less stress on everything than when you're digging in and then grinding the strings across. Give it a go, see how it works for you. Stick a comment or a question down below, that would be fantastic. If this is useful, think about maybe giving us a thumbs up, giving us the subscribe button, give us the bell, all that good stuff. Look after yourselves. Until next time, I'm Andy Picker. I'll see you then. Bye for now.